Well, we're here, Jonathan. After a brutal bubble, 3 players remain. They're all in the money. They're all probably pretty happy, but they're really shooting for that 5K first prize. They've only locked up 1K right now.
Snuggie had the chip lead for most of this bubble period and even most of the tournament, although now it's pretty close, and it's going to be a bit of a struggle to see who wins this, especially with decorated player Brandon Cantu in the mix still.
Right. The blinds are a bit higher than they usually are at this stage of the tournament because we've never had a sit and go that lasted this long.
That's
so
right.
These guys are going to have to adjust to that. Let's see what happens.
Finally, the bubble has burst.
Down to it. Let's see how this goes. Everybody's got chips right now. There's nobody who's on the ventilator. Is that what they say? Is that a common poker terminology?
They say that now in all the EPT events.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hardigan is all about
no.
The ventilator.
No, it's not. That's a great impression, by the way. No, it's not Hardigan. It's not the TV guys. It's Elke and all those. He says,
so sick.
Ventilator.
So sick.
Anyway, here's Snuggie.
Snuggie has 5s on the button.
Snuggie down to 26.5K now.
Yeah, Cantu just took a big pot off of him with the 10s full, and Snuggie called with the ace high.
That's right. That was the last hand of last episode.
Giving Cantu the chip lead for the first time. Just waiting in the wings all the way.
And if you don't remember or you're new to Poker Time, here's how the payouts work. This is a $1,000 sit and go. Everybody has already made their money back, their buy-in back. They've all won $1,000 plus second place $2,000, first place $5,000. All the money up top.
Yep.
Pretty much. Almost all the money up top, I should say.
Lots of money up top compared to the other places.
Some of the money's not up top, actually.
Yeah. There's other money.
Yeah. Half the money's up top.
More than half the money's up top.
5,000 up top, 5,000 not up top.
No.
Yeah. No. More money than
you
that
guys should have
top.
seen how Jonathan was looking at me when he was so far wrong. Like, insanely wrong.
All of this is scripted. I just want everyone to know.
Of course it is. Yeah, that's clear. Everybody knows that.
Hey, we have a hand. Maybe we could pay attention to that. Cantu raises the button. Thorpe decides to call with the queen 9 off in the small blind.
It's ambitious.
It is.
Snuggie could squeeze.
It is cheap. It is a cheap price for Thorpe, but still ambitious.
Snuggie could have squeezed with that hand there.
Yep. Very reasonable spot to squeeze. He could just shove it. I love shoving it.
What does that mean?
Thorpe flops a backdoor flush draw.
Yeah, good point. Good point. Cantu's going to continue.
Well, this is probably going to work out.
Yeah, I don't see...
Snuggie's already... Yep,
that's that.
We don't even get to see Thorpe fold. He folded so fast.
By the way, last episode, I said I was going to buy Florp business cards.
Yes.
That legit happened. I bought 500 business cards that say just Florp on them.
It's true. I saw it. I've actually took some photos of him. I'm sure we'll post that stuff on Instagram, Twitter, all the places. I'm sure you'll be able to see them.
I'm of course gonna give them to Florp to give to his future father-in-law.
I would like to
other people like that.
I would like to tell everyone that Grant was gonna buy 100 business cards and it was $16. But 500 business cards were $20, and Grant couldn't turn down the value.
Oh, no, it's too much value.
It's just too good a deal.
I had to buy 500 Florps.
I don't know what anyone is going to do with those 400 business cards, but maybe we'll come up with something. Maybe we'll come up with a Florp giveaway of some sort. That would be kind of cool. I don't know what that would be, but Florp is going to open this one.
Ace on the button.
Hoping to flop something nice for himself. Can't do defending.
Suited.
Totally reasonable. Super cheap open.
Cantu over 40K.
Oh,
this is an action flop.
Well.
Well, that was creepy.
Thorpe continues for 4,000. That's kind of big.
The question is to raise or to call for Cantu.
That is the question. He's looking at the stack, I think, to try and make that decision right now.
It's an awkward stack to raise against, which is probably why he decides to call.
Yeah. I wonder what Thorpe would do were he to get raised.
Well, that doesn't change anything.
Let's see if Thorpe decides to bet again or checks it back here. You might think it's hard to get value, and he does check it right back.
Quickly, yeah.
As long as he dodges a heart, he does. Let's see if Cantu tries to bluff here. You think he might feel obligated
Did it already
to.
go check, or no, that's just the turn.
Yeah. Cantu does feel like he has to bet, and I think this is the right play.
I don't think it's going to work.
No. He's betting small. He thinks he's just going to be able to fold out instant call there. You can see the cards fly into the muck.
Frustrated card flying.
I think I like how Thorpe played this. If he's going to check the turn back, he really has to call on this kind of a river. A heart river. There's some rivers you could decide not to. 10 of hearts you could definitely fold. So there's some other things, but that's a relatively blank river, and you just can't just fold for 3,000 there. So nicely played. And I actually think Brandon played it fine too. I think Brandon really is forced to bet, and I like that he bet small.
Could have bet a little bigger.
He could have, but like if Thorpe has an ace or a king, he's probably calling. An ace he's going to call anyway.
If he has a king and Cantu bets that much, he's going to call. And if Cantu bets 6K, might fold
yeah,
a king.
that's true. That's true. Cantu's not trying to target a king or an ace, though. He's trying to target other hands.
Yeah,
right?
I suppose so.
And most other hands are just going to fold. Powerful check back there by Florp.
Yes. Only call him that when it's on the flop, or else you're bastardizing the usage.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not on the flop then.
It's pre-florp right now.
Cantu with the 4 of hearts in his hand for a second time. And now we can call anyone whatever we feel like.
No, you have to call him florp.
Brandon bets.
And he wins.
And Florp throws it away. These business cards, pretty nice.
Oh, yeah.
They're actually
$20 for 500. You know you're getting a good deal.
But they actually are kind of nice.
I don't
for
know.
what they are. I mean, I haven't touched them. I've
No.
just seen them, on a computer screen.
Yeah.
Really, you guys should look at our Instagram. I'm sure it's there. I'm sure we'll
Yeah.
put it up by the time you're hearing this. And, Grant really did this. He spent actual money on this.
Yeah, I did. Plus $5 for shipping.
This is the kind of stuff Grant does. He just decides to so we'll spend some money on something that no one cares about.
Everybody cares about Florp and his business cards. How dare you? This is one of the cardinal moments of my life.
Cardinal moments.
Yeah.
Is that correct usage?
No,
Just checking.
I don't think so.
Cantu opens. Thorpe can't play this one. Cantu is wow. Is Thorpe the chip leader? I think Thorpe is now the chip leader. He is.
And he does play this one.
Whoa. It's going to be hard to stay chip leader by playing this one in this spot, I think.
Yeah, big blind, totally reasonable. Small blind, I think it's time for a fold here.
Yeah, Snuggie can re-raise still. And it's not like this hand plays well. But I guess Thorpe wants to get in there.
Well, he's just going to lose, right?
It's going to go check a lot, I would think. Let's see if Brandon decides to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But Thorpe probably isn't going to try and bluff anyway.
Well, now he picked up a 7. He might bet it. No, he just checks it. Cantu checks again. Going for value on the river,
Yep.
I guess.
That's he's probably still going to bet the river if Thorpe checks, which I assume he will.
It is a diamond.
Ooh, he's going to bet.
Thorpe's going to bet.
Is he trying to fold out a slightly better hand? Like
Maybe he's
two
trying to
nines?
get called by queen high or pocket 3s through 6s.
Those are hands that would probably check back. Brandon does have to call, and he's going to be very happy to see.
Yeah.
He looks super happy.
I think Thorpe's hand probably plays a little bit better as a bluff catcher there.
I agree. Even though it's often going to just go check. That's okay. Brandon had 2 4s, though. This might have worked out pretty well. He might have just folded, though.
No longer the chip leader is Thorpe.
Yep, Cantu. I mean, these small-ish pots still really...
I mean, they matter. There's only 96K in play here,
Right.
and all of these pots are, 10K-ish. Some of them are going to be more, obviously.
Yeah, it's just going to... Things are going to get swingy.
We like it. We like the variance here at Poker Guys headquarters.
Yeah, it's like Tarzan.
Yeah, it's like Tarzan, Jonathan. I was going to say that.
Swingy.
Yeah.
Oh,
like-
Tarzan doesn't swing?
Sometimes he does. Depends on the day.
Depends on if him and his wife are feeling particularly loving towards each
Sometimes
other or
he-
towards others.
Sometimes he has a pain in his labrum. Decides not to swing that day.
I feel like you and I are making really different jokes right now about swinging.
Yeah.
About Tarzan swinging
Yeah,
specifically.
you're doing stuff that's inappropriate for the children who watch this
Yeah,
show.
no, I want to corrupt them, and it's fine. Anyway, here we go.
We got some unknown hands here.
Good.
All right. Well, now we know
Well,
Snuggie
fine.
limped an ace and Cantu flop top pair. This is a horrible flop for Snuggie's hand.
And he knows it.
Yep. Just gives up.
Cantu now has double Snuggie stack. How
Snuggie-
things have changed.
For the entire bubble, Snuggie was the massive chip leader.
Yep.
For the entire bubble.
Now he's in danger of going out in third place.
Yeah. That'd be a
He'll
fall.
actually be out $100 too because he paid $100 for the bounty, which
right.
Thorpe collected. He'll be down $100. So he's the only guy not free rolling at this point.
That's right.
He's barely not free rolling, but still.
Thorpe's doing the best of everybody with his $100 bounty.
I don't know, would you rather have Thorpe and that $100 in your pocket or have Brandon Cantu's bigger chip stack?
Absolutely the bigger chip stack.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bird in hand.
I would
that what you're going
I'd
with?
take the 100 and I would pull a fire alarm and everyone run out of the building and
Or-
say we just all chop it up now.
In the time that it takes the tournament to end, you could invest that $100 and like quadruple it easy.
I mean, these days
With my strategies.
this is not investment advice, but I will say
Yeah.
buy IBM, okay?
I think salt is going to make a big comeback
Salt.
Yeah.
I mean, I use it.
as a commodity.
Yeah. Smart. Really smart. Brandon just betting the 10-4 off. Didn't you have 10-4 last time?
He sure did.
So
Somebody rigged this game, huh? Give him 10-4 every time.
he's had a lot of 4 of hearts. I'll say that.
What's up with
a lot
that?
of red
even?
4s. Not just 4
Explain-
hearts.
Explain that to
4
me.
hearts and 4 diamonds. He's had both of them, but never pocket
Try to tell
4s.
me this website is random now.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, this is live.
It's really clever.
I know.
That joke hasn't been made before. You who hate the poker jokes that are made all the time.
That was a good one.
No.
I haven't heard that one before.
Come on. Really? You haven't heard the live poker is rigged
Oh,
LOL?
I've heard that,
That's the
but I did a
joke.
better job of it.
No, you didn't. You did
I did
the
like
same
a
job.
George Carlin level job on that one.
He's dead.
I know.
So you did what a dead guy
Swimming
would
in
do.
the sky. George Carlin.
Very few people are going to get that reference.
Yeah.
And I'm really pleased. Most people aren't going to know what we're talking about. I hope.
Has to do with
Come on.
marine creatures.
Yeah.
Brandon Cantu going to raise 10-8 suited on the button. It's a very nice hand. Thorpe is calling all small blinds.
Thorpe is now playing. Thorpe is like, all right, it's time to. I don't have to play tight anymore. I'm
yeah, but
getting
he
to the
could
money.
3-bet out of the small blind instead of calling the small blind every time.
He certainly could. That's always an option.
Getting a lot of three-way pots because of Thorpe's proclivity to call out of the small blind.
Yep. Thorpe would love to see some hearts here, but not 4 of them.
That's sick, bro, what you just said.
Just 3.
Well, there's a 3.
Thorpe flops best.
Not really. I mean,
He's a
flops,
pair.
flops the best hand, but
Yeah.
equity-wise, Cantu probably likes this the most
That's
and
fair.
has the most equity.
That's fair. And Thorpe may not even call here.
I think he should fold.
Sucks to call from the small blind and then fold when you make a pair, but I agree with you.
It's a relatively big bet as well, 5K here.
5 into 8. Yeah, that is actually pretty big. And Brandon's just going to get to win with the worst hand.
Yeah.
But as you said,
Worst
the
hand, most equity. And all the chips now. He's got the most chips.
He doesn't look frustrated anymore.
No.
It's pretty calm and easy. Look at that. He's got more than half the chips in play.
Snuggie is actually in the danger zone here with 16 blinds.
Yep. I think you should be looking for opportunities to 3-bet all in.
Yes, absolutely.
And honestly, there should be lots of opportunities, right? Like most of the time when Brandon or Thorpe opens, it should be at least in his mind, should see what his cards are, and sometimes pull the trigger.
Yep.
The cards can help him decide that if he goes that way, but he doesn't only need good hands. Or shouldn't only need good hands, I should say.
I like good hands, though.
Like Allstate.
Mm.
Hey, this is
Oh.
a bad time
Don't do it, Snuggie.
for Snuggie to move in, unless Snuggie has kings. Thorpe loving this. Normal raise.
Yep. Good job.
Snuggie lets it go. Cantu looking.
Ooh, Cantu's got a
He's
hand.
got a real hand, and he's gonna move
he
him
moved
in.
him in, and he just snap
Wow.
called. Wow.
Just like this, they could trade places if Thorpe's
29% of the time, though, Cantu gets so many chips.
Yeah. That's right. But besides that, Thorpe's in great shape here.
Oh,
Not
there's the ace.
Anymore.
You
He does
hate
have the
to
queen
see
of
that.
spades. He's got 2 back
Yeah,
doors.
2 back doors.
Now just 2 queens to bail him out. And he's
That's it.
done.
That's the end of Thorpe on the river. Well, look at that. We're going to be heads up, and that is what you call a chip advantage for Brandon Cantu after busting Thorpe on the last hand there.
Thorpe had 9 lives. He sucked out a bunch of times to even still be here, but that one's got to hurt. He'd have over 50K, be the chip leader, have a great chance to win instead. Brandon Cantu's got the chips. He's got the experience. He's got the resume. He's got the game. He's got the moves.
He's got the face.
He's got the motion.
like the baseball face.
That's right, the good face.
Yeah.
That's right. Got all those things. See if you can ride the advantage home here to a $5,000 payday.
Heads up is an entirely different game, even than three-handed, because there's so much of a meta game, so much of a war between the players. Now, Snuggie might not have enough chips for that to be the case here,
Yeah.
but the way you establish dominance in a heads-up match can really matter early on and affect the entire match.
Interestingly, Cantu decides to fold.
8-3 suited, not a very good hand.
That said, I guess it was Snuggie with the shove stack. Cantu doesn't want to open certain hands.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
It is. I think I would have opened that, though, anyway. I think I would have just made it like, 2.1x.
I think folding's fine there.
I just feel like...
Snuggie's the type of guy, too, once he gets heads up, he might just say, like, let's just figure out who wins and just start shoving a bunch.
Well, that's fair. If he's going to do that, then we should not be doing it. But you have to know that it's Cantu, otherwise I don't know why we would.
Instagramming the old chip stack there. And doesn't matter because Snuggie folds. You don't even get to see. Oh, 3 deuce off. Now, Snuggie doesn't have a stack he has to shove.
No.
It is 15 blinds.
And he's heads up. He could definitely raise a bunch of hands for value. Just normal raises if he wanted to. But it's totally reasonable also just to be like, all right, I'm just only, if I'm playing, I'm shoving right now.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe against Brandon, that's a better play.
Right. Brandon, as you said, very experienced player. Snuggie, mostly a mixed game player, doesn't play a lot of no limit hold'em. Brandon plays a lot of no limit hold'em.
Comparatively, for sure. Brandon could just even move him in here. But it
looks like he's going to limp. I assume he's going to fold if Snuggie moves in.
Of course he is.
Very bad hand for Snuggie. Get to see our first heads up flop. Well, Snuggie flops a gut shot. Not much for Brandon. He does block Snuggie's gut shot.
Brandon's going to bet, mostly to deny equity, I'd have to imagine.
Oh, definitely. He's not expecting to fold out a better hand ever.
And that'll do it. I mean, it's a nice spot because it's really hard for Snuggie to have an ace at this stack.
Oh, yeah. He would have probably shoved an ace or at least raised one.
So Snuggie almost never has a strong hand. Now, he can have a pair.
Yeah.
But we can eliminate top pair from his range. That's pretty useful.
Probably eliminate top pair from Brandon's range also, unless he's getting trappy, which he might.
That's
We
true.
saw him trap against Shaggy once earlier on with ace-jack of hearts.
Yeah. Diamonds? Hearts? Hearts.
It was
You're right.
hearts,
It was
and Shaggy also had hearts with king deuce, and Shaggy flopped 3 deuces.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
he
a
is
win.
gone. He is gone.
It is known.
Yes.
Swimming in the sky.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Nope, we're not. It's in bad taste.
Yeah, what
Poor
have you
form.
done? What have you done?
Shaggy is with us still. That's the difference.
Okay. Here's the difference between you and me.
Yeah.
I did buy 500 business cards that say Florp.
That
you,
is-
You did not.
That's exactly right. You spent that money and I didn't.
Well, Snuggie's very happy with this hand for sure. He might ship it. He might just do a normal raise.
I think this is normal raise time, even though it may be a little transparent.
Brandon's just going to call, it looks like.
Brandon must have something reasonable.
Yeah, that's a reasonable thing to call with for basically a min raise.
Yeah. If Snuggie was doing this with 10 blinds, maybe you'd have a little more concern, but
Not a great flop for either player.
Brandon going to take a shot at this. Look at this.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Well, when Snuggie... Oh.
Oh, he checks. He's doing the old don't bet thing. That's what
I don't
Brandon
know.
was doing,
Well,
I guess.
now he better bet himself. Otherwise, what's the point? Yeah. Oh, this is actually good. Now it looks like he really has an 8.
Yeah.
Like he thought about betting
The
an
8 is the perfect card for that
chose
story.
not to, and now is betting.
Snuggie probably should like that 8 a decent amount, though. There's just fewer hands to beat him now,
I don't know. Brandon would have had been doing some weird acting thing.
which he was.
He was. Oh, it's like he
Oh,
moves in.
That is weird. What's happening?
Brandon is like, oh, I feel so dumb. But actually, Brandon, he didn't have anything either.
I think
It
that's
isn't like that was
I
weird.
think that's a pretty clear call for Snuggie there. I don't think you can fold yet.
Maybe he just feels like he's not going to be able to.
No.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's very strange.
It's a
play.
super like Brandon's not folding a jack and he's not folding an 8.
No.
Right. So what's happening?
I think we're supposed to bluff catch there and then decide whether or not we want to bluff catch the river.
Mm.
Try to win a bigger pot. I mean, there's no ICM implications left. We're heads up. We have way fewer chips than our opponent.
Way fewer.
Let's just call. Hope he shoves the river and probably call again.
That was amazing that went the way it did.
Oh, looks like the blinds have gone up. I think she collected 300
Yeah,
from each
she
of
did.
them for the antes.
So I mean, we're at 816, I guess. We'll see in a second. Yep.
Well, it's nice that Snuggie just won that pot, then, or else he would be in real trouble
Looks like
stack
he has
wise.
about, what, 25K now? 24,000.
22.
A little less, yeah.
He's got a reasonably nice hand. Nice to see a flop with.
Yep. Another spot where he could shove it, but it's okay to check too.
Well, nobody loves that flop once again.
I think Brandon likes it in that it's unlikely to have hit his opponent and it's easy to bet.
True. Yeah, when you're in position, I guess when Brandon's out of position, he gets to win those a lot too because he leads a lot.
Yeah. Like he takes different lines than most of the other players we've seen in these our sit and go series, I would say overall. Even most players take much more traditional lines, and Brandon's sometimes donking, check raising the turn without having it, just stuff like just taking interesting, cool lines that they've really worked, at least in this sit and go.
They have. He did play one of our other sit and goes and didn't. He bubbled that one.
Yeah, he
didn't
did.
Yeah. So pretty good record, even though he didn't make money in that one.
When he bubbled that too, he got a bad beat right on the bubble too, where he would have knocked our eventual winner Joseph out when Joseph moved in with 10-9 suited against Brandon's ace jack.
That's right. I
and
remember
Joseph
that.
turned to 9. Otherwise, Brandon would have cashed in that one as well. So is that a limp?
It is.
Okay. So be it.
I think it's fine.
2 7s on the flop. Let's get some action going, guys. No? Okay.
Oh, no.
Just, putting it out there.
Backdoor flush draw for Cantu, though. That's pretty big.
Backdoor straight draw for Snuggie. He's got to love it. He's going to...
He bets it and wins it.
Yep.
Trying to climb back into contention.
Just notice, when your head's up, it's just so hard to have anything. It's like so rarely does anyone have anything.
So never fold. That's the lesson.
Yep. Call no matter what they do and what the board is. And
If you
what
have
your
4
hand
high,
is.
I don't care.
Well, they could have 3 high, and then you win.
Yeah. If you have 3 high, you can raise, but don't fold.
4 also, you chop sometimes with 4 high.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good.
I call. Are we chopping? I play the board.
Always chopping.
I mean, the board could be ace, 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 king.
I imagine Cantu's just going with this if Snuggie takes an aggressive action.
For sure. For sure.
Surprised he didn't raise. I guess he has a limping strategy on the button. So far, he's limped a lot of the button. Heads up.
He just really thinks he can outplay Snuggie, I guess.
It's another
It's
dry
reasonable.
flop where he's probably going to bet. Maybe he's not because he has showdown value.
Yeah, I think the showdown value makes it so he's going to check. But betting is totally fine to deny equity also. And
Snuggie could bet now.
yep.
Suggie's just not taking shots.
Yeah. Well, Brandon checking. Brandon is, I think, in bluff catching mode. I don't know if he's going to call twice, but he's certainly going to call once. Snuggie doesn't even try. I think if Snuggie's not going to bet the turn, it's a good idea.
Brandon
not to.
is betting, I think, for value. I think he's
Yes.
trying to get called by king high or queen high here. Mostly king high. It's not going to work, obviously. Snuggie looks perturbed.
I think king high should really consider calling.
Yeah.
I don't know if it actually should call. Maybe you assume a worse hand is going to bet earlier in the earlier streets,
Yeah.
but probably not always. It's hard, man, when you can't see the other guy's cards. A lot of guesswork.
It would be so nice to see the other guy's cards.
Yeah.
We'd be more successful at poker.
I feel like I would win more,
Yeah.
but that's just speculation.
Right. I mean, you might get too excited and screw it up.
Yeah, I do that. Snuggie's still pretty short over there.
Has there been a Poker Time episode when you don't do the Larry David thing?
I think there's been at least one, which is pretty sweet.
Wow, Cantu had ace queen suited.
Unlucky.
Yeah, sad times at Ridgemont High.
I mean, what would have happened? Snuggie would have completed. Brandon would have raised. Snuggie would have folded.
Well, he's
But-
unlucky that Snuggie didn't have a slightly better hand.
Yeah. Of course, sometimes those slightly better hands beat you.
Sometimes they
is
do.
Is he lucky about that too?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. I guess you feel that way.
because he gets to play this game we love.
Matt Damon said. Well, he said lots of things.
I thought you were going somewhere with that.
I was. When you have a big chip advantage, you're just supposed to keep kicking them in the leg till they fall down.
All right.
Said that in Rounders, of course. He didn't write that line, but he did say it.
You don't know he didn't write
I
that.
do know he didn't write it.
Are you 100% sure?
I am more than 100%.
Whoa,
That's right.
Mr. Statistics over here.
I'm willing to more than guarantee it.
Cantu's going to bet with his no equity hand, and it's just going to work. He just keeps betting on the flops where they both miss and slowly accumulating.
Yep. I mean, it's worked out pretty well for Brandon, too. The places when he has a showdownable hand so far, Snuggie really hasn't had anything at all since they got heads up.
He hasn't.
He had that ace-queen, which he shoved the turn with as a bluff, I think.
Yes.
And luckily, Brandon was bluffing also. That's the only time Snuggie, I think, has even had anything reasonable.
Well, yeah, that's true. But he played that one weird.
Yeah. I think that's fair to say. Good luck putting him on that hand.
I wouldn't have.
I wouldn't have either.
This heads-up match is already longer than our last heads-up match
Yeah.
between Joseph and TJ.
Snuggie with a hand.
Probably twice or 3 times as long.
This
Snuggie's probably just going to move in, right? He's got
I don't know. He might do a
11
normal
blinds,
raise.
12
Oh,
blinds.
yeah. It's reasonable to just move in for sure. Looks like he's doing a regular raise, though. What? Well, he's thinking about it. There it is. Brandon's reaching deep.
Oh, he's going to
wow.
move in. Well,
Yeah.
this was inevitable, obviously. Cooler. I feel like Brandon's voice was far more expressive than his face when
Yes.
he did that. It's just-
Whoa! It's like a cartoon, you know, where
Yeah.
sometimes the face don't move at all except for the mouth, and then the voice has got a lot going on.
Well, it's going to be tough to win this one.
Yep, great spot for Snuggie. He'll still be in second place, but he can get up to
More playable.
36,500 if he gets to hold on here. Pretty good flop.
Nothing for anybody.
Just got to dodge
Just a
one of
7.
the 2 sevens.
And
No
he does it.
problem. Smooth as silk.
That's definitely an appropriate time to say that. Did Ray Allen just shoot a 3? Like, what happened?
That was pure.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some more stuff like that.
I hope
think.
not.
Cantu paying from his vast riches.
He's like Venezuela with all the oil, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think Brandon Cantu takes those chips, throws them all in a room, and just swims around in them like Scrooge McDuck?
No, you don't get to keep the tournament chips.
Oh, well, they should let him do that because that would make a funny image. Don't you think?
You can do that with cash chips. You don't have to cash them in.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
You definitely don't want to swim around in cash chips, so that's a really bad idea hygienically.
Just take a shower before, after, and also wash the chips. Please, God, wash the chips. Yeah. People don't think about that. People are playing poker and they touch all the chips and they touch the cards
And they're
then
ordering
they eat,
fries
and they're eating
and
with their
burgers.
hands. Never do that.
If you're one of the people who is at the poker table eating with your hands, stop it. It's
You-
so bad for you.
Use forks. If you're eating a sandwich, I'm serious. Take a napkin, put it around your hand,
Yeah.
and hold the sandwich with the napkin in between. It's your buffer zone.
It's worse than money.
It is oh gosh, you're going to die.
This is gold advice, by the way. This
We-
is like a public health warning.
Yeah, this is legit. Here's Snuggie. Looks like he's moving it in.
Can't do anything but
No.
fold. That is a huge shove, by the way. Holy crap.
It's 23 blinds.
Yeah, that's a large shove.
It's a large shove, but it's not outrageous. It's a 3-bet, right?
Considering how they've been playing this heads-up match where Snuggie's like opening small when he has, 11 blinds, this shove is enormous in that context.
Why does Cantu? Okay, he's folding. He just took a little time because he didn't like the situation, I guess. Maybe he's trying to make it less likely Snuggie does it next time. I don't know.
Maybe he just likes 9-7 of hearts and wants to look at it a little bit more.
Hey, thanks, man. I think I played it well, too.
Yeah, sure. Maybe that's what's up.
Why not?
It is pretty.
It's a nice hand.
Nice hand. Nice hand.
I wouldn't make business cards about it, but it's pretty nice.
Oh, we can't even say florp anymore with any context.
Nope.
Ugh. What else is going to go wrong today?
I mean, it's a bad day already. As soon as Thorpe busted, I was like, what's the point of not going to sleep right now? I should just go to sleep.
Yeah. Go ahead. You're fine.
All right.
I got this.
All right, you handle this.
All right, Snuggie. You got too many chips to lose your mind here, my friend. This is probably a raise. Just a normal raise, like 3,500, something like that. And he is going to make it 4.2. Okay. And Brandon folds. That was something that absolutely
What
could have
happened? I
called.
was asleep.
Brandon folded a 5-3 of diamonds there.
Wow.
To a relatively small raise.
That seems strange.
2.5x.
That's a weird.
I would have thought he would have called
It's
that.
a nice playable hand,
Brandon really wants to be in position, I guess.
I suppose, but it's a good price.
It's pretty playable. Maybe because Snuggie's been limping so much on the button. When Snuggie raises, Brandon's going to give him a little more credit.
It doesn't matter, right? 5-3 of diamonds doesn't rate to be ahead of Snuggie's range anyway.
No, it does not.
It's not about that.
Well, Snuggie has some overpairs in his range now. Then when he limps, he has less of them. That's
True.
all. That's all I got.
True.
I don't understand the fold. I would have called.
Well, I guess Brandon's playing most everything on the button here, and he's going to raise. This is his first raising on the button, I think. He's been limping.
Well, he raised last time too. Remember, Snuggie moved in on him. This could happen
Yeah,
again.
that's right.
Snuggie might just move in again with two
He might.
sevens.
I mean, it'd be a really big move in, but
He's going to effectively move in if he raises
he's
either
doing
way.
it. He just did it. I saw him say it.
Brandon insta-folds this time. Brandon now feels like he's getting picked on, but Snuggie had reasonable move-in hands both times.
Found another gear.
I mean, well, at least reasonable three-betting hands, I should say.
Yes.
Off of your fear now.
By the way, Snuggie and Cantu almost even in chips.
Yep. It goes fast. Just takes a heads-up cooler, sevens against eights, and then a couple pots Snuggie's way, and we're
Yeah.
almost just back to even.
There's three-bet shoves, man. They're really valuable. You know, when
Yeah.
the other guy folds, you just pick up so many chips without having to do anything. It's nice.
I like chips. Not swimming in them, though.
It's because you never have.
Oh, it's one of those things.
It's like-
once you experience it, you're like, what was life like before that?
It's
I don't
like
even remember.
tentacle porn.
And I can't talk about swimming in the sky. All right.
It's a little different.
Snuggie limps the pretty good hand.
Yep.
Cantu could definitely raise here if he wants to.
Yep. Got both options are totally reasonable. Looks like he's going to put in some chips.
Looks
here.
like his sciatica's acting up a little bit.
Well, good for him.
Can Snuggie fold here? I don't know. His hand is pretty good.
How much did Cantu make it?
4.6.
4.6.
3K more. I think you're supposed to call on the button with
Yes.
this strong a hand heads up.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But
He just lets
Snuggie
it go.
disagrees.
I mean, he was pretty under-repped just limping there.
That's a pretty good hand. You're going to be in position. You're getting a great price. Blah, blah, blah.
All
Let's
the
call.
things the poker guys always say.
Yeah, let's call. But Snuggie says, no. I do other things. I don't play like you guys, and that's fair.
That's true.
Yeah. Not everyone is supposed to, and not everyone does.
You're like 12 all ins and the worst hand won. I mean, how am I supposed to win that?
Something big's going to happen soon. I feel it. I sense it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That's
you know,
great.
I have that intuition. White magic.
This one is not.
Expect we're going to... Cantu doesn't like that 3-betting, so now he's going to limp it.
Yeah, he probably, as you're saying, gives Snuggie more credit for making moves than Snuggie has been. He's
Yeah.
actually had reasonable hands when he's done that. Cantu with a gutter.
And the backdoor flush draw. Snuggie with, I guess, also backdoors. Although
True,
weak,
but I think
weak
this is
backdoors.
probably just going to end matters.
super weak backdoors.
Got Jack for a full house. That's a good backdoor.
Yeah. 5-5 for the jack high quads. That's going to win.
It's going to win.
Here's the chip count, in case you're wondering.
There it is. Cantu still a significant chip lead. Not huge, but significant.
I mean, it's like 7 blinds.
That matters.
Sure, but it's not what it was.
Back in the good old days.
You know, if these guys play a big hand and Snuggie wins, he's going to be have all the chips. Just like that, you know?
That's how it goes.
But basically, the next big hand is going to be a huge determining factor in who wins this tournament.
Well, sometimes.
Often.
Sometimes Cantu's going to wean Snuggie down
Yeah.
with his little bets
Sure.
over time.
And of course, Snuggie could win a big hand, and then Cantu could come back and win. It's no
Yeah.
limit. All these things are possible. But it's fun to do the narrative of the next big pot is going to determine
Yeah.
everything.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. Snuggie limps the queen 10.
Cantu's got a playable hand here, so we'll see what happens. Pretty good flop for Cantu.
Yeah.
Doesn't lead. He's been leading on spots like that.
Yeah. I assume he's going to bet a lot of turns. This would
Well,
be
that's a real bad card for Brandon.
he's probably going to bet it anyway, though. He wouldn't know that it's a bad card. I think he's supposed to bet it. I like the bet.
I do too.
By the way, if he hits a 3 or an 8, probably going to get paid,
Yes.
especially if it's a non-spade.
Yeah, that's a key as well, for sure.
Oh, Snuggie going to raise it up.
That's interesting.
Wow. Snuggie's sort of repping a bigger hand than he has here.
True.
But Brandon feels like maybe I can get it all if I hit.
I think
It's only
the problem is that
4K.
it's a paired board and
Yeah.
spades might hurt him.
That is true.
Is Brandon 3-betting? Yes. That is interesting. He just made it, what, 15,600? Something like that?
Wow. Wowie. What? Oh,
Snuggie's calling.
I was trying to see if he's calling or is he making change. He's calling? That is a call. Just making sure I'm not
No,
crazy.
he went all in.
Wow.
What the hell?
Oh, look at Brandon's face.
He has 5 high. What are you gonna do?
Holy moly! Just gotta fold, and he does.
Yeah, Snuggie. If Snuggie has a 7, you're not getting the right price to call.
Of course not. You're not getting the right price to call, no matter what Snuggie has. I don't think at this point. With
Against
5
a
high.
queen, I think you're probably not. You're right.
No.
But definitely not against a 7.
Just rabbit him in the river. Just show him.
Let's go quick though. Let's go.
Snuggie wants Brandon to see the hand.
Ooh, made a pair. Yeah. Oh, that's bad for you.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, that was.
That was a strangely played. I liked Brandon's 3-bet there.
Yeah, me too.
I thought it was pretty interesting.
I liked
don't.
it a lot.
Snuggie's in game 3 disaster mode for sure there when he moves in.
Agreed. That is. Wow.
But maybe he's just thinking like, this guy's played so much more than me. No limit tournaments. Like, I just want to put the chips in when I have a relatively good hand and hope that he outthinks himself or I
Yeah.
just get to win.
Yeah, like the pot's big. By the way, the pot was huge, and Snuggie is now the big chip leader.
Yeah.
So we were saying the next big pot may determine some stuff. That may just have happened.
It
Like,
may. Cantu still has a reasonable stack though.
Oh yeah, but reasonable stack means 22 blinds now instead
Yeah.
of. Look at that. I mean, look at the difference. Snuggie probably not going to play this one.
Probably not. Unless he's feeling real good.
Snuggie's had some interesting shoves on Brandon on the turn. He did it with Ace Queen before.
Yep.
Both times they worked. Both times Brandon really didn't have anything.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I liked Brandon's 3-bet with the 4-5, but then when you get shoved on, you feel like you're so dumb. You're like, now I can't realize my equity. Cool. What did I do?
Right.
Why did I do that?
Right, I could have just called. And
Yeah.
I guess I could have gotten it all later, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, it sucks to put in the chips and not even get to see the river.
Yeah.
That is really tough. Could have put in 4,000 and got to see the river, or put in 15,000 and fold.
Yep.
Ouch.
I really thought that was not going to happen. What
Yeah.
Snuggie did.
Yeah. Snuggie looks like a genius.
I
Being able to
mean,
blow Brandon off his equity.
wow, that's a good hand for Brandon, but I don't think Snuggie's going to give him any action.
No. Snuggie's like, well, am I going to Hollywood, or am I just going to throw it away? I'm just going to throw it away. These cow skulls on my shirt know that I don't really have much, so no reason to pretend otherwise.
Because that's the only beings he respects.
Well, if you can't fool the cow skulls, as the saying goes, if you can't fool the cow skulls, why try and fool the humans?
Okay. Is that
You
like
know?
something from the rancher culture that I'm unaware of?
The rancher culture.
Yeah, I'm not really big on rancher culture. I'm not
Oh.
like I don't know much about it.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know there was a rancher culture.
Like ranchers, who ranch.
Like people who like ranch dressing?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't think
Hidden
people who
Valley,
love
man.
I don't, I don't think people who love ranch dressing necessarily are talking about cow skulls too often.
Oh, okay. It was just a guess. I didn't.
Yeah.
Cantu just folds. That's the first time anybody's folded the button in this heads-up match.
It looks brilliant when Snuggie has the suited ace.
Yeah.
What level did the other one end at?
I bet Snuggie likes a good cowboy-themed bar. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it's like 612.
I don't. What do you mean? Where's
Like,
that coming from? We
his
were talking about
shirt.
ranch dressing like 4 seconds
His
ago.
shirt.
Talking about salads.
They serve salad there, but it's got lots of meat on it, probably.
So a meat salad.
Yeah.
It's a salad. What's in it? Ribs and burgers.
Play it out. You're allowed to chop. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, they are talking about potentially making a deal. It sounds like.
Don't listen to him. Don't be influenced by the score.
I gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be honest. So I just trying to figure out.
I think we had a rule that you can only talk about a chop after this level.
No, that's not correct. You can talk about a chop anytime. You're allowed to chop anytime you
I
want.
think there's some fine print somewhere.
Looks like they have not come to a deal, though.
No.
They're just discussing the potential for a chop.
We could chop up 5K and play for the extra 2.
We have a break after this level anyway.
Yeah.
No, one more after this.
One more after this.
I
Sounds
think-
like Cantu does not want to make a chop.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon has said, I'm not interested in talking about chop right now.
Well, if he doesn't want to do it now, I don't know when he is going to want to do
Yep.
it. I guess he could get much shorter
Yeah,
and
and
then take.
if it's a very favorable chop
Yeah.
for him,
That's fair.
that's kind of how I do it.
Yeah.
If they offer me a deal that I can't pass up, how can I say no? Cantu's going to open a very pretty hand of 9-10 suited.
It's like, do not 3-bet. Do not 3-bet.
Not 3-betting. Excellent.
Good start. 7.6K in the middle before we even get to the flop.
What is the what?
The flop. I'm trying to say flop.
He's
because
gone.
of
He's gone,
florp.
Jonathan. Just get over it.
Cantu flops pretty nicely here.
He does.
And Snuggie with nothing, so this is probably going to end quickly.
Yeah, I don't think Snuggie's going to take too much time before folding here. Never mind.
Snuggie's taking a little time.
I lied.
What are the ingredients in ranch dressing anyway?
I don't know.
Mayonnaise
Mayonnaise and
and 11 herbs and spices.
cholesterol.
Yeah, maybe some spices of some sort.
Well said.
Some oregano.
Your eloquence is out of the park right
Probably,
now.
probably some oregano and some parsley.
Why not?
Is paisley a spice or just a design?
I think it's a design.
Okay, well, then probably not that.
There's some people named Paisley.
Oh, there are, aren't
Yeah.
there? Like Brad Paisley?
Well, there's
Is he
also
a country singer?
people with first name Paisley.
No one would have that name.
I know somebody who has that name.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
It's the workout instructor at a gym I go to.
That sounds false on many levels.
You want to bet?
How many lies did you just tell in that one
Zero
sentence?
lies in that sentence, in
A
fact.
gym you go to?
I mean, not with a lot of frequency. Snuggie's going to limp to 10-7 off the suit.
Is Paisley a he or a she?
She.
That makes more sense to me. Although, little known fact, Brad Paisley is a he. Male.
Well, that makes sense also. Because his name is Brad.
Well, I said little known fact. I didn't say it didn't make sense. It's a totally different.
Snuggie has an open
Open-ender.
ender.
Like he's going to bet it, and Brandon's already folding. Sluggy continues to maintain a, like 7 blind chip lead now on Brandon.
Yep. Oh, that sound
Yep.
means the blinds just went up.
It seems like they were supposed to take a break and have decided against it. They're just going to play this one out.
One more hand at the other one.
Makes sense. Figure it's going to be over pretty soon one way or the other with the blinds going up yet again. They're probably 1,000, 2,000 now, I'd guess.
I would guess, yes.
Looks like still a 300 ante. Oh. Maybe
Oh,
it's the
like
next hand. Maybe it's the next hand.
perhaps, yeah, because
Yeah.
that hand had already been dealt.
Yeah, she was, the riffle had begun.
Yes.
I believe is what the technical term would be there.
So, yeah, the stacks are going to be about 20 blinds effective stack,
Wow.
Mel, is T up there?
which is still playable heads up. There's still
It is.
There's still plenty of wiggle room here.
400.
It is.
1,000.
But, there's a whole lot less than there used to be. And I think for a guy like Brandon Cantu, you want to have a lot of wiggle room.
Yeah.
To make, it's harder to make moves because you make one move and it doesn't work, you're kind of toast.
I mean, if nothing happens for a while, a deal might become more likely.
Also, if Brandon starts to get a little shorter, he may be a little bit more amenable to a deal. We'll see. That makes it easier to say no to a deal. And the guy gives you a walk.
That part right there,
What was that?
that was my rancher accent.
That was definitely offensive.
Why?
Think about it.
No.
Think about ranchers and what you just did.
Ranch dressing. People who like ranch dressing. That's what you said. That's how you defined it.
That's rancher. Well, that's rancher culture. That's not ranchers.
Oh, okay.
It's like trekkers.
Trekkies?
Actually, trekkers.
Really?
They call themselves trekkers, not trekkies. They, in fact, are offended if you call them trekkies. I know this because I hit on a woman at a Halloween party who was dressed like I thought Trekkie, and I was corrected. And it wasn't like a happy correction. It was like not okay.
You didn't close that deal.
No. I don't think I was closing that deal no matter what, just between you and me. But definitely didn't happen.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It was worth a shot.
Middle pair for Snuggie. Cantu with a gut shot.
He checks it back. Oh, no, just checks it. Excuse me.
Maybe pay attention to the button, Levy.
That's hard to do. And it's a pretty straightforward check call there for the Snugs.
The Snugs, yeah.
Interesting card in the turn. Snuggie cannot love it.
Cantu can rep a 7 now if he wants to.
Cantu's not betting that many 7s on the flop.
That's true.
That 7 is better for Snuggie's range. Now it gets interesting.
Yep.
Cantu probably is going to feel like he has to bet this now, right?
He might think Snuggie has queens in his range as well as
No.
10s and 7s.
Snuggie plays top pair pretty aggressively.
That's
usually.
true. He check raises a lot with top pair. And
Brandon
just
doesn't
gives up.
bet. I think he was probably getting called.
Very aggressive check there.
Yeah. I think that ends up being the correct move.
Probably.
The thing is, with 9 high, Snuggie could have some straight draws, and
He could. We block them, though.
yeah.
Except for King Jack, and it was unraised pre-flop.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
that's
less
true.
likely for King Jack to be there.
It's true. And Snuggie doesn't bet again, though. The only thing he can really have that he can call you with, I guess he can call you with an ace or a 10. We know he might call us with an ace. He did that so quickly last time.
Yep.
I mean, Snuggie wins again. It's going to be the name of a new book I write.
Okay.
Snuggie wins. Not about this Snuggie, just a cool name. It's about a murderer.
Okay. Cool. It's like a James Patterson novel.
Yeah, it says Brandon Cantu's on the button, but we see Snuggie is actually on the button here. I don't know what happened there.
I don't either. But
Whatever. We're just going to roll with this.
they've put the same amount of chips in either way.
Yeah.
We can be happy.
The positions are going to be a little bit off, but
We got
okay.
a 5 for Snuggie here. Cantu distracted by something over there.
Yeah. Something's happening. There's an incident in the room. Okay, well. I think what's going on is anyway, it went check, it looks like.
Are they discussing a deal somehow with Brandon not looking at Snuggie?
Oh.
Oh, he was ordering.
Okay. Snuggie picks up,
Nope, nothing happened. There was no turn card.
wow.
I don't know what
We
happened.
thought it was a 7 of hearts, which was to be a huge turn card for both players, actually, but instead, it's not that. We
That's-
haven't seen the turn
That's
card.
really weird. What
Well,
happened?
I don't understand
there a ghost?
anything.
There's a ghost.
Very strange. It is definitely not the 7 of hearts.
9 of spades.
Cantu
so
picks up some equity.
he does pick up a gut shot. Snuggie still has the best hand. It goes check, check.
Cantu is gonna be tough to win this one. That card, it doesn't help his cause. Snuggie's gonna be more apt to call, and Brandon doesn't try. He's gonna lose this one as well. Brandon down to 33K now. Snuggie's gonna have him almost 2-1.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal for Snuggie.
Yeah, great spot. Yeah, there you go.
16 blinds for Brandon.
That chip count is wrong too. Snuggie has more than that.
That's true.
What? Whoa, 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 whoa. Let's just chop it.
You hear them discussing a deal there.
Yep.
I know. That's why I want to chop.
It's all against his ever judgment to chop.
Well, actually, to be honest, I was gonna talk about it secretly, not with the viewers here at home. Because I thought we were going on a break. If you want to know the truth, but in 3 minutes. But it's up to you. I don't want to sit there and flip. I'm tired. I gotta work tomorrow. Want to chop it?
What is there, 7 grand?
Yeah.
35 and 35? I see you guys shaking your head.
No, it's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want.
I either want a full chop or we can play it. Either way, it's fine.
Okay, we'll do a full chop. But we're done with the game's
Okay,
done, right?
game's done.
We're playing one hand, one hauler to see who would have won.
Okay.
One holler to see who would have won.
Which probably also factors for the Nitrogen Sports
That's
bet.
right. So this is a pretty good deal for Brandon.
Brandon waited till he got a little short and then offered a chop.
And he said even chop or nothing. Interesting. Makes a little bit of sense. He already locked up 2,000, right? So
Yeah.
like getting another $1,000 versus trying to play for the 5. He may not feel it's worth it.
And we have an accord. A deal has been struck. It's like the Geneva Convention. Brandon Cantu pulled off getting an even chop with far fewer chips than Snuggie. Good job, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, he does have the resume to back it up, and you can sort of understand why Snuggie might just want to get out of there with the money he can take. Brandon, of course, has 2 World Series of Poker bracelets and a WPT title. He's got a lot of experience. That said, nice job, Brandon.
I mean, add one to the titles, the sit and go. Chop the sit and go.
That's right.
I mean, that's number 1 on the resume, right?
Also, don't forget about that free $100 Nitrogen Sports
Yeah.
bets. I know those guys haven't.
Of course they haven't.